Status report on the actions taken to address the issues raised in report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the County Executive of Nairobi. The report of the Auditor General on the receipt of revenue statements for the County Executive of Nairobi for the financial year 2024-2025, and the report of the Auditor General.
Thank you, Chair. Through the Chair, Cherargei Kiprotich is my name, Senator of the Republic of Kenya, representing the great people of Nandi County, and a member of this committee.
Thank you.
Yes, my name is Okongo Mogeni, Senator of Nyamira, and a member of this committee.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon.
To my left.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Senator Mwenda Gataya, Tharaka-Nithi, member of this committee.
I'm Lelego Tumbesi, Senator for Samburu, member of the committee.
Let's go to Auditor, starting with Liaison.
Good afternoon, Chair and members. I'm Ruki Patrick, the Liaison Officer. Chair, we have a team from our Nairobi Region Office. This team Nairobi. With the permission, then you can come on record.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chair. My name is Evelyn Kauna, Director, Office of the Auditor General. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Geoffrey Irongo, Deputy Director.
Good afternoon, Chair and members. My name is Adam Bogori from Office of Auditor General.
Okay.
So, Chairman.
Thank you. Do you have yes?
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members. My name is Joseph Wambua from the Office of Control of Budget.
National Treasury.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Dr. Jackson Ndungo from the National Treasury. Thank you.
Thank you. ESCC.
Yes, good afternoon, Chair and honorable members.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, I can confirm that we did invite the County Assembly. However, the clerk informed me that it seems like the Assembly is engaged in another activity out of town.
Okay. Governor, it's your turn to introduce yourself and you are.
Thank you very much, Chair and members. My name is Sakaja Arthur Johnson. I'm the Governor of Nairobi County. I have a team of relevant officers with me. I'll allow them to introduce themselves, starting with the CC for Finance.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair, honorable members. My name is Asha Abdi. I'm the Chief of Finance.
Good afternoon, Chair and honorable members. My name is Boniface Wawero, the Acting County Attorney.
Good afternoon, Chair, honorable members. My name is Susan Sinantoi. I'm the CEC for Health, Wellness and Nutrition.
Good afternoon, honorable members. My name is Paul Mwangi, Revenue Reporting.
The rest of the contingent might need to stand so that we can see you. Okay, they might need to stand all the same.
All protocols observed. My name is Nicholas Paina, reporting Team Revenue Administration.
Members. Honorable members, I'm Dr. Nancy Dalla, the Chair of the Audit Committee in Nairobi County.
Good afternoon, Chair, members. My name is Francis Njoroge, Internal Auditor Director.
Through the Chair, good afternoon, members. My name is Job Mora, Head of Press.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, members. My name is Justin Muli, PA to Governor.
Good afternoon, Chair and members. My name is Patrick Wanjohi, Director, Accounting Services.
Good afternoon, Chair and members. My name is Peter Ndegwa, Assistant Director, Accounting Services.
Is that all, Governor? Okay, Clerk, please administer oath to the Governor.
Chair. I, Sakaja Arthur Johnson, do solemnly swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee in respect of the matters before the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, please also table the documents that shall rely on this engagement.
Chair, you will bear with me. You can hear my voice is not how it normally is.
It's okay.
Mr. Chairman, sir, I hereby table the following documents before the committee. Number one, management responses and accompanying annexures on the report of the Auditor General on the County Executive of Nairobi City County for the year 2024-2025. Secondly, management responses and accompanying annexures on the report of the Auditor General on the receiver of revenue statements for the County Executive of Nairobi City County for the financial year 2024-2025. And Chair, management responses and accompanying annexures on the report of the Auditor General on the County Revenue Fund for the County Executive of Nairobi City County for the financial year 2024-2025, Chair.
Thank you, Governor. Auditors, did you receive the documents in good time, and do you think we are ready to proceed?
Yes, Chair, we did receive.
Beautiful. Clerk, did you receive our documents in good time?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, I can confirm that we did receive the documents in good time, and we should be able to proceed.
Beautiful. Governor. You are summoned to this committee, but you did not appear. And on that same date, you are fined as a resolution of the committee, Kenya shillings, 500,000 that you are to pay in your personal capacity. Clerk, did the governor honor that fine? Did he pay?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, I can confirm that the governor has already paid the 500,000 fine.
Okay. So, members, I don't think we need to belabor that because there is...
Chair, just on preliminary. Governor, I have seen you have two senior positions that are acting, and they are critical with your indulgence, Chair, for the running of the county. You know, Nairobi is not just a county, it's a city county. And your senator normally refers to some of us as rural senators. My only concern is there are limitations of an acting. I've seen you have CCM acting finance, and I think acting county attorney. Could you just tell us, because, you know, for the running and efficiency, the County Public Service Board, what is the status so that we know the county is running as it should be? Why are you having most of your senior officers as acting? Thank you, Chair.
Governor, although they're just two, they're not most. Governor can respond.
Chair, it depends on where you did your English.
Chair.
Yes.
The only acting person here is the county attorney. As you see, finance is not acting. Once you get a letter from the governor, you hold it.
But he said acting.
Yeah, I'm correcting him.
Okay.
The previous holder had a legal issue that is being pursued in court. And it's something that I really want to bring to the Senate. Because the legal holder of the office, the previous holder, Charles Kerich, was convicted because of pending bills. Chair, the Government Proceeding Act protects public servants from such, conviction. It was not him to pay from his pocket, and sometimes there are limitations. But when it comes to county governments, our officers are continuously harassed, arrest warrants, they are constantly hounded. But you'll never see a permanent secretary in the national government or a cabinet secretary, because a CEC is the equivalent, of a cabinet secretary, going through that. That is a special appeal I will make to the Senate. The county attorney is newly appointed, and the procedures for approval are underway, Chair, including advertisement.
Are you saying you've never seen a national government official facing contempt of court proceedings?
Not contempt, arrest. Arrest warrants for not paying.
The warrant comes from contempt because the courts have made decisions that your government has to honor. We are a rule of law country. I mean, if the courts have made a decision that a certain amount of money is payable. I am familiar with these cases.
Yes.
You can't excuse the accounting officer in such an event. What do you want the Senate to do? Because we also respect court orders.
You can, Chair, without us going into that as a substantive point. If a CEC, for instance, is compelled to pay a certain amount that has not been approved by the budget in the county assembly, how does he pay it?
So what arguments do you make before the judges there? Because we cannot excuse someone who's been convicted by a court of law.
I have not asked you to excuse anyone. I am saying that the context within which county government officers are dealt with vis-a-vis their colleagues in the national government is something that I've been on both sides. Something that I've seen is it is not fair. And we will be bringing substantive issues. Even before any issues of contempt, there are always arrest warrants in counties. When I was senator, we were dealing with them. County secretary that time was always in hiding. The country, it's a bigger issue that I think the devolution committee. Please allow me to finish, Senator Ombo. Okay. That the devolution committee needs to hear us out and look at it. That is what I want to propose, and I'll bring it later. It's not about a specific case. It is something continuous on numerous issues, Chair.
Senator Ambua.
Chair, Governor Sakaja, I'm actually in support of what you're saying. And you began by saying that you will bring that matter to the Senate. We will sit back and wait for that matter to be brought. Because you know what, Chair? This mistreatment of county governments by the national government does not begin and end with officers of the county governments. It also extends to allocation of resources in the treasury to county governments. So bring that matter, let's deal with it.
Yeah, just as an exit point, Governor, just under 30 seconds, then the hypocrisy in your statement is you fired Kerich based on that legal challenge.
No, he's not been fired. He's not holding the position for now.
But you have appointed somebody substantively.
Chair, we have 10 CCs. And for, the one...
So you moved him to another department?
He is the substantive CC.
Yes, because he came here, he's not out, or he became substantive after I asked. Did you hire him on instance?
It is first time to sit before you.
Yeah,
sometimes he sees you on TV, so he's,
Yeah, there is an issue that we have to agree on, Governor. Warrants of arrest only issue if you fail to attend court.
No. Yeah, that's why I want this thing substantively dealt with. We have warrants every week without issues of attending court.
This is where we want to guide you, because you cannot bring matters that are before the courts to the Senate for resolution.
No.
The issue that we want to be clear on, even you have been subject to arrest warrants from the Senate just recently because you failed to appear. If you appeared before the courts, that is where you make your case, because also those courts, they are also Kenyans. They understand the challenges that devolved units are going through. We have been through numerous such issues. I remember when the lawyers were issuing those warrants all the time, and it is usually those legal bills, and you sit down with some of them, agree on a payment plan, something you can take to the court.
So my senator should
listen. Get there.
My senator should listen to his governor. Why are you preempting the issue before I bring it? For you to look at the entire...
Chairman.
Is what we call exercise in futility.
Chairman.
That's what your senator is warning you against.
But everyone deserves a
exercise
hearing.
in futility.
Let's talk.
Everyone deserves a hearing. Let's hear it.
Let's discuss it at that point. Senator,
why can't we just move to this?
Senator,
because you see, he said he will. He has not.
To bring it substantive.
He may not even bring it.
Let's all put our mics off.
But we don't want him to do exercise in futility.
So why can't we just let him do what he has to do? And we got the serious.
Because at face value, it's exercise in futility.
The Senate is a house where everybody comes to for relief.
Said, it.
We cannot all be talking, surely.
Please. Yes, let's just talk in tongues. Let's just talk in tongues. Now, let us listen to Senator Wambua.
Me, Chair, what I'm saying is, the governor has said that he will. He has not. Let's wait for that to happen. When it happens, we will deal with it. That is saying, let's go to the issues here, because they are quite serious issues here.
Yes.
I would personally want to know whether the 1 million machine for making chapatis arrived.
Yeah.
No, those are issues that I want to discuss.
No, Chairman, yeah?
Please, let's just talk when you get my mic. It is possible for you to ask for the mic, and I'll give you the mic, and you prosecute your case. Now, Senator Sifuna, are you asking for the mic?
I have asked.
Please do.
Finally, I don't know how I can put this. If you go to the wrong forum with a problem, expecting resolution, it's actually, I don't know how I can put it, Governor. Because we have, even in our standing orders, we have the sub judice rule, we can't deal with matters that are before the courts. What was giving was guidance, but we will wait for that. I just wanted to know, because it's a matter of great concern to me personally, because I know Kerich. Are you aware as a government of his physical whereabouts?
Chair, let me say this. One, we've not come on that matter. I have not said we're bringing substantive issues with respect to court rulings. Because the sub judice rule is that if you bring a matter that is currently before a court and your hearing of that matter can jeopardize its outcome, that is when you don't discuss it. I'm talking about the Government Proceedings Act. And allow me to leave it at that, Chair.
Is it possible, members, that we leave that issue and we go to the substantive matters? Because looking at the time,
I've been asking you to give me a floor.
Okay, Senator Omogeni.
You know,
Senator
this
Omogeni, yes.
is a house of record, yeah? And we all know, including Governor here, that we have all taken oath, even us as we sit this afternoon, to respect the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. So if the courts have issued orders and you have county attorney, you have a legal department, you have gone to court, you have lost the case, and there's that court order, what really do you want the Senate of Kenya to do?
Which matter are you talking about?
There's no matter.
Whatever matter. You are coming here.
Which matter?
You are trying to ventilate before us that you have a problem with this issue of courts issuing orders.
Chair, that is the folly of judgment before a matter is brought to you.
So what's the issue?
Wait and look at it.
What's the issue you are raising?
I'm talking about unfair execution of Government Proceedings Act.
Through court orders. I mean, that's not a matter we can. That's not a matter.
Senator Dulo.
Chairman, that's not a matter that we can prosecute.
Let it come.
Let
it come and then you discuss.
It has not come before us.
Even putting it on record itself is
respect.
procedural.
Chair, I think the governor shared the frustration they are going through as county governments.
Yeah.
And it's not the matter that brought them here before this committee. So I think until when he actually has done his own research and is ready to come before Senate for a solution, then we should move to the audit issues.
Yeah.
Please.
Senator, Chair, we have been around. We know what is happening around this country. We have had a lot of issues where counties are being frustrated left, right. And that's what the government is just saying. I think Senator Wambua summarized everything. Let's wait for that opportunity. If
Senator finally,
finally, I think my question, members, was very simple. Which the governor has put to rest that the CCM is not acting, is substantive. The only person who is still in process is the county attorney.
It is in the record. The governor
yes, that is the introduction was that it was acting, but the governor has confirmed he has just hired him substantively. So let us leave it there, Chair. I yield.
Chair.
When the devolution comes, Governor, I agree with your frustration.
Chair, allow me to say something kindly.
Yes.
Sorry,
in Article 96 and 95, the Senate exists to protect the interests of counties and their governments. It is very unfortunate that even before listening to the substantive issues that a governor is saying counties are facing, that senators can be prejudicial. Why don't we wait for that matter to be brought? Look at it. If it makes sense, do what you need to do. If it doesn't make sense, then you leave it. It could
so
be
the matter that the governor is talking about,
be prejudicial and dismissive.
Yeah, it's okay, Governor. The matter that the governor is talking about is not in this house yet.
No, it is not.
Go and prepare, bring it. And
it has been dealt with in one or another in the last Senate, but not substantively.
Thank you, Senator. You want to raise something?
I've not been answered on whether the county government of Nairobi knows where Kerichi is physically.
I will not answer that.
Yeah,
that is prejudicial to his rights. I will leave it.
Fair enough. I think fair enough. Looking at time, 10 minutes to 2 members.
Chair, just as an exit, with your indulgence, if you don't know where your employee is physical, how will they execute their duties and is still substantive?
So how would he know where he is really? Is there something I don't know about this issue?
Chair, can you control the meeting, please?
And you've been yes, I think let's just go to the substantive matter, members. Is that okay? So before Governor came in, we had opportunity to engage with the auditors on the matters raised in the receiver of revenue. We will start with the receiver of revenue, and then if you get time, go to the executive. We looked at the matters that were not resolved. These are the matters that we shall look at now. The first paragraph was paragraph 8, that is page 5, on the certificate, receivables from exchange and non-exchange transactions. Auditor, you had already done your audit. And because by 31st, we had our report at 1st March, the governor had not turned up. We had and adopted this report. What we'll be wanting from you is we're just looking at the implementation of this report. So still we'll go through the issue, and then the governor would give us the response and how they're implementing the recommendations of the Senate report. Please go through 8.1.
Thank you, Chair.
Sorry, 8.2.
8.2.
8.2, yes.
Note, do I read the whole of it or in summary?
Just read the whole of it.
No, thank you. Note 22 to the revenue statement reflect receivable from exchange transaction totaling to Kenya shilling 7,529,755,055. However, receivable totaling Kenya shillings 4,816,825,885, or 65% of the receivable have been outstanding for more than 3 years. Further, transition from cash-based to accruals accounting introduced a significant variance between the audited prior year arrears balance and the current year's reported opening balances, which were not reconciled or supported with the determination, with documentation and explanation for downward adjustment. In the circumstances, the accuracy, completeness, and recoverability of the revenue of the receivable totaling to Kenya shilling 62,769,430,875 could not be confirmed.
Governor, please respond and point us to the page that you would be reading your response from.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you very much. The response on 8.2, I will give the response here and also discuss. Talks with government entities to explore possible recovery and in some cases debt swaps. The county also did data cleansing, exercise whose results show county owing itself a good amount coming to hospitals, schools, and county offices and all parcels were being calculated in the system.
Sorry, which page is that?
Page 9.
Did you get it?
Comprehensive data cleansing exercise on land rates and data records, exempt properties and unrecoverable balances identified and removed from active receivable balances. Enforcement teams were deployed of those. Debt recovery initiatives, including clampdowns, were initiated and are still ongoing. Detailed aging analysis and reconciliation schedules were prepared. Revenues and property taxes are indeed the highest revenue stream for the county of Nairobi. the variance is then what is not collected. Even after the cleanup, Chair, I think that amount of 62, 63 billion is really the amount of money owed to Nairobi by it has come down, and it's because of a lot of measures that were put in place, including, unfortunately, evictions that had to be done, and such enforcement measures. Chair, if in negotiation with the debt collector to now move to auction, because the people of Nairobi need services. They need, garbage collected. They need medicine in hospitals. You need to serve this county. 63 billion out there is way too high. And the cost of running the capital is extremely high. It's a service county. Things need to be seen to be done. So that is what we're doing. Chair, you remember earlier I had brought up the issue of Rating Act and the need for certain regulations by the Cabinet Secretary. The issue of, what do you call it? Of the 175,000 parcels that we've now reconciled to, are not paying their due to the city. So that is the long and short of it all. So in as much as we have improved on collection, Chair, that financial year in question, we collected 13.8 billion.
Land rates?
No, that is in total. Of course, half of that is land rates and property-related taxes. Chair, we've increased revenue collection in Nairobi by 55%. But still, in as much as what we're collecting,
if not, what is still outstanding?
I think what is the outstanding, we can say, I think, is what is the current state out of that 62 billion?
I've seen there three categories of people. One are very faithful people who come and pay, whether you remind them or not. Second, there are those who need to be reminded, I think even to not pay. And that is the biggest problem. But also there's a government. There's contribution in lieu of rates from national government entities that is still owing billion from government entities, including Parliament. Parliament is one of the defaulters who owe Nairobi County contribution in lieu of rates. That was a change that came with the Rating Act, and there's still been delay in actualizing those provisions because of the regulations in the House, Chair.
Chair, Governor, the CS for Treasury sat in that same chair. Governor, the CS for Treasury sat in that same chair last he was here, and according to Treasury, according to what he told us, is that some of these conversations have stalled because of unavailability of your office to have those conversations. Sitting here today, what do you have to demonstrate the progress that has been achieved in terms of resolving some of those concerns?
Well, we can Governor, read the question. We'll take another one from Senator Mugeni.
Yes, Governor.
Sorry, if I forget, you said what evidence to show progress?
Yes, because he laid the blame squarely on you as a CEO of the county.
You should have called us together. You would not have said those things.
Order, Governor.
Sorry.
Senator Mugeni.
Yes, Governor, I've heard you say that revenue has increased from 8 billion to 13 billion under your stewardship.
13.8.
13.8, Yes. Do you attribute this to efficiency, or you have also increased your rates significantly? What is the percentage you have increased the rates? Then number two, can you say that Nairobians are correspondingly receiving services to reflect this increased revenue from 8 to 13 billion? Personally, where I live, I've never seen garbage collection from the county government of Nairobi.
Where do you live?
In Nairobi.
Where?
Don't worry where. But
Chair, can you protest Senator Mugeni?
Governor,
I live in the Dagoretti corner, Wanyero.
The standing orders talk about responsibility for statements of facts. So
actually, not just, this is a general question that generally there is a problem of garbage collection. I drove through Isili yesterday. I actually took a video clip. I will send it to you. There are heaps of garbage in Isili. The same thing with our center here in Kamkunji. So I don't know why we are not seeing a clean Nairobi now that you have increased revenue to 13 billion.
Senator, just write the questions you will answer. Senator Cherargei.
Chair, and you must bring the governor to order. He waits to a chance to answer. This thing of giving snippets while members are speaking doesn't look very neat. Governor, note this down. I have gone to corrective measures. There were teams that went out. There is the issue of comprehensive data cleansing. There is the issue of demand legal notices, debt recovery initiatives, total energy analysis. I've seen over 3 years in your report that you have given. That is more than 3 years is on all these 8 corrective measures. How much have you collected comparing what is still outstanding? And then finally, you have said your revenue collection has increased from 8 to 13 billion. But according to CRA, your revenue potential should be 63 billion. Nairobi City has never been achieved. So when you say there is improved efficiency of collection, then you still have this pending. And then finally, you had the CS Mbadi was here, the expert. You have argued in your response that they could be debt swap. With that engagement, how much have you done debt swap with the national government, and how much are you agreeing on settling, as in terms of, I know national government owes you, you owe them. So where is the meeting point to ensure that, because bulk of this outstanding is bought by the national government as opposed. And on the issue of garbage collection, I don't know the efficiency, because even when you drive Wayaki Way and most of our estates, still a big problem in terms of garbage collection.
Governor, you may respond now.
Thank you, Chair. I'm very happy senators are making the same point I'm making, because that collection requires resources. It is a heavily logistical exercise. It's a very expensive exercise. Without these resources, you will definitely not see the kind of efficiency we deserve. An increase of 5 billion or 6 billion will not all go into one thing. You know, it won't all go into garbage. The county provides medical services, roads, a lot of things, you know, Chair, that you know, because you're the ones who look through our answer them in sequence, starting with my senator. The evidence to show progress in terms of what national government, or rather these measures that we're taking, is really correspondence. The demands for those amounts we can provide, demands to national entities that we've actually written to, we can also provide. The issue that are defined benefit funds like lab trust, but on DC funds, we, for instance, have no outstanding arrears when it comes to that, apart from interest. So that is the one meeting that is a lot when I was your chair of labor in this house, up until we passed the county government retirement scheme legislation. So I can provide that correspondence. Chair, what is slowing us down? One, the ability or the teeth to enforce. When you owe KRA, KRA will and they have all the powers plus police and all of that. For the counties, enforcement is a challenge. In fact, part of why we're working on the Nairobi Metropolitan Police Force. Because I've told you, I owe you this, you go to court to get an injunction, you stop the process. The section 19, if I'm not wrong, or 18, of the National Rating Act provides those remedies. One, deny you whatever service, including water, you know. Two, can come and put an agency notice on your property. Rental income. Four, can auction. Now, what has been waiting for implementation or execution of that has been regulations, because the same law says the cabinet secretary shall prepare regulations for Rating Act of 1956.
Which, yes, of course.
In its 1956 law, was that you set a valuation court in the county, which we did, you get a magistrate to head the tribunal. Then those with disputes can be able to, question the disputes before producing a new valuation rule. Fortunately, to move to a new valuation rule, 2019 valuation rule. The rest are still in the 80s valuation rule. So implementing it, albeit with a few people who had objections. If you help us get is paying the same rate as half an acre with 60 houses, yet they need more services, more water, they use the roads more, etc. Sectional properties will provide that each and every of those units first gets a sectional title by a certain time, and each of them becomes a ratepayer. Even if the amount is
the
not too high.
implementation of the Sectional Properties Act?
Again, it's the regulation. We've done our regulations. We've even done so that they can adopt, because we're the biggest beneficiary. We've done county regulations.
So, Governor, that is a proper matter to bring before the Senate. And for your information, we have dealt with in these last 3 months or so to criminalize delays in operationalization of laws, including failure and delays in passing of regulations.
Realize this collection, because it cannot remain in your books forever. So if it's not possible, can you make proper justification on how you can get it off your books?
What my elder sister is not getting, the issue here is hundreds and thousands of people who owe the county rates and are not paying. Now, the only way to sort it out is when the county has the teeth and ability for those services you're saying, on Wanye Road, for garbage, it requires money. It requires resources. It requires equipment. We need to fix drainage in this city. It requires resources. So you're running a city of 7 million people with a 38 billion budget. We definitely cannot have the same quality of life that we want elsewhere. And I'll give you an example. I was hosting my colleague here, Mayor of Paris. And I took her to see one of our projects. And she asked me, Sakaja, how many people do you have? I said 7 million. She's like, oh, she has 2 million. Then she said, and that's Greater Paris. Then she asked me, what is your revenue? When I told her the amount, she was shocked. So what is your budget? I said, I converted it. I asked her what her budget is. It's the equivalent of 1.3 trillion Kenya shillings for the capital. We want that quality of life in Nairobi, but you don't want to pay for it. It is not fair. So that is the issue, Senator Dulo.
No, Chair, I agree with the governor, the frustration and challenges they are going through. But the other thing is that for how long are we going to have this on record? If you really feel that you cannot make headways, can you give this matter to the Senate? And then we can be able to see how it can be, you can be assisted. Because we cannot have it forever in books, and you are unable to realize.
Yeah, so that operationalization, I hope that is the right way you say that word. That's making it work of those two laws. And that is really why we push those two laws, would be a huge victory for not just Nairobi, Mombasa, Nakuru.
So, Chair, I hear the governor saying that with proper facilitation by law,
yes,
this 62 billion
can be realized.
Yeah.
And once you realize that, you will see the services. We're doing a lot with so little, the little that we have. Chair, let me give you the last example. The Senate graciously has been able to provide for us, increasing allocations to county. And that one I thank my senator. I used to boast to him that me, when I came, I found 15, I left it at 18. Now he's come to 21. So he's performed very well. Do you know of the 1.7 billion that I receive a month? 1.5 is salaries. We want potholes fixed, we want drainage done, we want 7 million people served, and Senator Mugeni's garbage collected. The financing question of the capital must be looked at critically. The financing question. Chair, on the second question on revenue increase, Senator Mugeni, yes, it has gone up by 55%. What I attribute it to mostly is digitization of all revenue streams. The digitization of all revenue streams and having a no-cash policy has really helped the efficiency. Number two, simplification of paying.
So 55% should give us what? From 8 billion, if you increased it by 55, wouldn't it bring us close to 13 billion?
Yes, that's why we collected 13.8.
So the fact, the rates.
Nas on your phone anywhere in the world, you can pay your rates. Or Nairobi services or Geo.ke, you can describe your business. And something people do not know. This law, something people do not know. This law today does not exempt people like golf clubs. Golf clubs. Golf clubs are refusing to pay. Huge golf clubs. But they themselves have areas. If I list for you, Karen Mudaiga, Royal. But they themselves have areas. If I list for you, Karen Mudaiga, Royal here, which if I auction it, it can make a very nice park for the Kibra people. It can be a very nice recreational facility. They're not paying. Basilica. They're collecting a lot in their parking silo. So we only charge them rates for that part. But for the rest of the church, no. So it's only religious. You saw my staff went to the Freemasons. Freemason it's not a religious institution. It's a gentleman's club. It even has a bar inside. But you see, these are the people who are also the loudest.
Do you say people who are going to church don't drink?
All religious institutions are registered in Kenya through the Register of Societies, all of them. And so, people claiming those exemptions yet conducting business, let's be fair. Senator Sifuna, you represent Mama Mboga, who comes early in the morning to Wakulima, and she's paying her 50 bob. But people
you can't flog this horse further.
No, we must.
Can I just
do the swaps Senator Cherargei asked? I've not answered your last question.
Yes. True.
There's not been good progress. We've done numerous meetings. One example is, I explained yesterday in a different committee, Chair, how I was going to be very happy having moved Nairobi from 119 billion pending bills to 0, because what was going to happen, I've already reduced from 119 to 86. Now from the 86, it was ruled that it is ours, and we said the military must now start paying for it. And the value of it, in my assessment and the assessment of our team, was 80. It has come down to, the court found that is a property Nairobi bought for value from Kayole Estates. That time it was 40,000 pounds. So these are the things that can really help us be able to serve the people better.
When we finish the issue of revenue, I think we'll be done. Chair, Governor, I sympathize with you with the issue of rating, and we have backed the statutory instrument. But I am chittery, because your potential you should be collecting 6.1 billion, but you're collecting 1.35 billion. On the issue of business trading license, the potential is 16.0 billion, but you're collecting 2.7 billion. This issue, and this is your revenue, the liquor licensing is very interesting, because I normally see estimated potential of 8.4 billion, but you're collecting 338 million. I'm just giving breakdown, exempting the rating, the property rate. So does it mean, one, through the chair, how do you ensure that this potential is maximized? Down, you see quiver, you see what, and even your senator with indulgence has always referred himself as Waziri wa Sherehe. I thought you should have at least corrected 5 billion to 8.5 billion. So what are you doing to maximize this other revenue that you don't need the rating at? Finally, you have said that you are moving from non-cash basis. Investigation was found with 65.6 million, although I'm told it was more. You never know what happens in this country. And it's a senior county official. And you are talking about moving to 65 million with one person is very, very dangerous.
Thank you, Chair. Let me deal with the substantive issues. Yes, the potential in those, you need to invest in equipment. You need, and especially for what we call the DCU, the debt collection unit. We are now getting into leasing to have more vehicles explode well. I think apart from Kisumu and maybe Lamu, if I'm not wrong, is what we call entertainment tax. I think Kwale, one of the coastal counties. the constitution says Nairobians love sherehe, there's been an increase in liquor, especially this financial year, again because of the same process. We now moved to liquor pay. Now, liquor pay is a system can do to tighten systems to prevent that. Of course, as I said, even in that in my statement, there's a space for personal culpability. You know, I saw the media, my friends here, in your house, under your bed.
But he's your officer.
I have
they were
19,000
right.
officers.
They were right. He's your officer.
But when someone else was found, KPA, they didn't say so-and-so's officer. For the 4-1,
There is nothing wrong with them making reference to you because they also need familiarity, you know.
No, they can say Nairobi County Government officer.
But you have worked with him.
Very close ally.
Let's close. But some of us know you as such.
Yes.
Is your close friend.
Senator, Chairman.
Progress.
Chairman, as we make progress, governance on how much you should be making. And when you see an officer working with 65 million shillings, that should be an indicator there is a big leakage in terms of collecting of rates or revenue, that there is a problem. So I hope when you go back, you will fix that issue, that weakness in system that can enable an officer to walk around with 65 million shillings.
Chair,
thank you.
Chair, I don't know why the specific officer. The explanation was that I should know where all of the officers live and should be conducting periodic oversight visits. And now, at home. So you shouldn't be complaining because at the end of the day, the people expect that those of us in these positions do something about some of these things.
So as we make progress, members, just Governor.
Yes, sir.
In the financial year 23-24, for land rates, we corrected 3.4 billion, but there was a huge leap. For the financial year 24-25, you collected 18.5 billion. Is it?
No.
Is that figure okay?
No, the query is, that was the receivable of...
that is the receivable?
Of those who were in
for land rates?
For land rates.
Okay.
Those are people, in fact, those are the best, because these are people you know, isn't it? Paid.
Okay.
It is easy to enforce on those ones. Then those who you may not know, and what we're working on as well, and I really wish it would be faster, an API between us and the ownership, able to know real time when those changes happen, so that we go after the right person. But the 18.5 chair was receivable.
So it is occasioned by the change in the accrual from accrual to from cash to accrual.
From cash to accrual.
Okay, let's make progress. So people, do what you can do, so that you can get these receivables. And then number two, if there's anything that the Senate can do in terms of tracking the Betting Act and the other one is which one?
Sexual Properties.
Sexual Properties Act.
Just 1 minute, 30 seconds. You said you are supposed to do something with lands, Ministry of Lands. Is there progress so that we don't need to come up next year so that it's a system?
I should be able, as the rating authority, to know who is the new...
The other way around. Me buying from him, not him buying from me.
Oh, hey, God's blessings, you know.
Yeah, it's okay.
But from my lips to God's ears.
Members, I think we need to agree.
No, boy is an incoming governor, so...
Yes. We need to agree on under the sitting of on-source revenue against bank collections. Go through the paragraph, then we get to know what the governor has to say.
Thank you, Chair. 9.2, under the sitting of on-source revenue against bank collection. Analysis of Nairobi State County Executive on-source revenue for the financial year under review reads 11 billion 515 152 905, resulting in an reconciled variance of Kenya shillings 912 million 897 0. This indicates that part of the revenue credited in the bank was not receipted in the system as required. Failure with bank credit undermines revenue and weakens the accountability in the management of the public funds. Further, it was not possible to confirm the completeness and accuracy of own source revenue for the year for the year and the county is exposed to revenue leakage and possible misappropriation of funds leading to misstatement of financial reports. Thank you.
Governor, let's get the response.
Yeah, allow me to read it and then just give a further explanation. Let me read what we gave. Chair, the variance of 912,897,014 is as a result of payments done directly to the bank without specific revenue stream narration or invoice numbers. Such payments do not reflect in the system as integration is based on the bill or invoice numbers. These are receipted later when reconciliation is done that identify similar payments related to issued bills. The county is in the process of enhancing system integration to ensure that this challenge is resolved. So, Chair, the system that you're talking about here, the revenue collection system, has three ways of paying. One is through the USSD. When you dial *647#, the portal as well, nairobiservices.go.ke, where whatever you pay then gets receipted because you paid for a specific item. There's more money in our bank than in the system, payments that didn't go through the system. So somebody just does an RTGS to Nairobi County Government of 5 million or of 3 million, and then, so that is what we're trying to get integrations, including speaking to the Kenya Bankers Association. This normally happens with the banks that we don't bank with. When you go to cooperative bank and the banks we bank with, they assist or they have a drop-down. But through the Kenya Bankers Association, we want them to have a drop-down menu. If someone is paying Nairobi County, you can go to the drop-down and say, this is for rates, or this is for, you know, whatever it is. In fact, you'll see there's very small discrepancy in parking payments, for instance, because that one is direct. You have not been invoiced, you know, it's *647, you pay, and there's no that has come, then what the system has reported because of people paying directly to our banks.
Okay, Governor.
I hope you understand.
Point us to Appendix 9.1 in your documents.
Yeah.
9.1. I don't seem to be having it. You have it?
Yes,
it's there. It's not labeled 9.1. Even as
then in the system.
Then in the system. Is this a reconciliation issue or does it point to loss of funds? Do you think the response has answered that question?
Thank you, Chair. What the management provided in soft copy is the revenue for the total, 11. What is outstanding, our concern also is the reconciliation to support these reconciliation, 912. The variance between the two, because attain the accuracy of the 912 million. So that is what is outstanding.
912 million, you need to know where it came from. Is it possible to know where it came from? That's what they say what it's for.
Governor, the problem is in your response, you said the reconciliations and schedules have been provided in soft copy. The auditor is saying there are no reconciliations in that soft copy. That's what. Did you provide the reconciliation?
We provided, yeah. We provided the reconciliation to the extent that we can reconcile. You know, there are some which remain that we are not aware of.
So then we should be able to see if what you're saying is correct. For at least 400 or 300. Is that the case, Auditor General?
Yeah. Exactly, that's the case.
How far have they reconciled?
Because they were now addressing this specific, trying to they only provided the total revenue.
You're losing us.
Discrepancy.
You're losing us. The governor is saying he has provided reconciliations to a certain extent. That's what we want to know, so that we know what reconciliations are outstanding, the amount involved.
That one we don't have for this, but specific. Maybe
So,
they can
Governor, we don't have that reconciliation.
We have done it, and we'll provide it again. We'll provide it.
So how much has been reconciled?
You know, they did the reconciliation for the entire amount.
For all of it?
For the
So there's a reconciliation for
the 900.
But what happens is a small amount left, we'll get the specific, is then reported as other incomes. That is what I want to give. And Chair, by the way, what would be really bad is if the system has more money than the bank.
Yeah.
That if there's 912, the system and the bank is missing 912, that's a leakage. This is extra in the bank than what was in the system. So just provide the detail to where we got. Of course, you'll not be able to determine all of it until somebody, for instance, until I come to your house and say you didn't pay rent. They'll say, no, this M-Pesa on this date was the actual rent payment. Then we reconcile.
So auditor, because members, because you don't have that reconciliation, is it possible you keep it in view in your next audit? Yeah, in your next audit. Maybe 2 weeks you provide that document to the auditors for whatever you've been able to reconcile.
Governor, for how long will you rely on manual extraction of bank balances to reconcile your statements?
What do you mean by manual extraction?
It does. The auditor has pointed out that, however, the system lacks full functionality to generate accurate, comprehensive, and reliable revenue reports. Consequently, the county relies on manual extraction and analysis.
He's also an ICT guy.
Thank you, Chair. I think the difference that the auditor is pointing out to is the same 912, because if it did not have, not be able to recognize it. But once it has a proper narration, then the system is able to recognize it. So that is a variance that is there. And that's why His Excellency says that we are also engaging the bankers associations for us to be able to have the payments come thousands of people.
Sorry, no point of procedure.
Yes, Senator.
Since we have, and the rules of Parliament are very clear, since we don't have that document here, why are we discussing?
We are engaging
why
a
don't
document
we
that is not there.
rest the matter as stop, then give further direction, because we are shooting in the dark.
That is what I had proposed.
Yes.
Before Dr. Lego said he wants to ask. I didn't know he asked. 9.3 auditor. 9. No, revenue calculation. 9.4.
9.3 is
sorry,
addressed.
sorry, let's go to 9.4.
Or legal basis. These reversals were not backed by formal referred policy or disclosed or approved by the county budget execution framework. Allowing revenue collection agent to reverse funds directly from the revenue account without legal authority or treasury approval amount to spending at source, exposing the county to financial mismanagement and loss of public funds. In the circumstances, the accuracy, regularity, and completeness of the revenue collection totaling to 28,869,874,594 could not be confirmed.
Okay, Governor.
Chair, there's an answer. Let me read it first, then I explain. Chair, the reversed amount of 2,224,474 was noted by the county and addressed to the bank. The standard operating procedures indicate the bank should seek approval anytime there is a reversal. Anytime there's an error made by the bank or the client, a standard reversal form is filled and approved by either the bank manager, if the error is originating from the bank, or the Director of Revenue Administration, if the error is originating from the client. Then an approval is granted through the same form. So what we've attached is letters to banks stopping unauthorized revenue reversals and an extract of bank statements showing revenue reversals of 2.2 million, 24,474. Corrective measures undertaken, SOPs for revenue reversals were reinforced and they're operational currently in the county. Banks were formally instructed to seek approval before effecting reversals. And this also should include M-Pesa and mobile money providers. Standard reversal forms requiring authorization by responsible officers were introduced. I don't think should I expound more? It's a small, it's not an insignificant amount.
Yeah.
Out of 13.8 billion, this is 0.016%. But it is normally when an error has been made, you want to pay 1,100, you pay 1,300. And so you ask for that to be reversed. Or sometimes the person filling the RTGS in the bank makes an error. And I agree, by the way, legally, anything coming out of CRF without having gone through the controller is like spending at source, even though they've made a mistake. So we need, advice how to treat that. When a Kenyan makes a mistake in the M-Pesa and sends us 25,000 instead of 2,500, then applies for reversal from Safaricom, and Safaricom okays it. Because also we are paid through, is trying to look at. Maybe the auditor can advise us how to address it.
I think whatever governor has explained is okay, the action you have taken. What we did not get is the evidence it has been reversed. I think they're supporting that it has not been reversed. There is a community evidence of reversal is what is lacking.
So do we mark that issue as addressed?
Yes, we can follow up during the current year audit to provide
Let's
the
keep
evidence
it in
of the
view.
reversal.
Okay. Vendor. Let's look at that one.
Thank you, Chair. Irregular engagement of Nairobi Pay vendor. During
Let's start with number 7. Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. Outsourcing of SaaS and maintenance of Nairobi Pay.
The certificate, page 12.
Oh, page 12. Outsourcing of SaaS and maintenance for Nairobi Pay entered into a contract with a service provider to provide software as a service, that service provider responsibility.
Auditor, are we reading the same document? Yes. What is the percentage on your document?
4.5%.
You said 4%.
Oh, sorry, by the county, raising concern over the justification for outsourcing its hosting and management function. Based on the county average revenue correction of Kenya shillings 1 billion per month, the estimated cost payable to the service provider under this arrangement amount to Kenya shillings 540 billion annually. Over the 5 years, the 540 million annually.
Senator Ambua.
He's saying 540 billion.
Sorry, 540 million. 540 million annually